Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is my vinyl inbox number 64 and I'm making this video because I went to a record fair today. Now I have bought an awful lot of vinyl in January, a lot of new vinyl which I will show in the next inbox, but this one is just based on what I bought today at the record fair and a few other second-hand items I bought during the month. So as I say, I went to a record fair today in my hometown and I picked up, to start with, 3 singles. And the first one is the Rolling Stones and it's the double A side of Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. The second one is also the Rolling Stones and it's Have You Seen Your Mother Baby Standing in the Shadows, along with Who's Driving Your Plane. And the third one is Badfinger and it's Paul McCartney's song Come and Get It with the B-side Rock of All Ages. Now I also bought at the fair this here. Now this is the David Bowie poster that comes free with the Space Oddity album whenever it was released in 1972. Now I do have a couple copies of that album, but I only have one poster which I used to have up on the wall. So there's drawing pin holes in it, there's also blue tack at the back, and this is a pretty nice poster which they were selling individually for a few quid, and I thought, right, I'll pick this up and put it into my best copy of Space Oddity, so delighted to get that. Okay, on to the vinyl albums, and the first one I got is Gary Newman and Warriors, and now this is his 1993 album. It has the 2 singles, Warriors and Sister Surprise, on it. I've never heard the album. I do know the 2 singles and they're both decent singles, and you do get the nice inner sleeve with Gary with the bleach blonde hair again and the lyrics, and it's on the Beggar's Banquet label, so I'll be playing that this afternoon to see what it is like. I also bought a Chris Rea album. I'll admit I bought 2 and I realised that I had one of them, so I'm not going to show that. It's on the beach, but I have another copy of it as well. But this is a Wired to the Moon album from 1984, and it's got Ace of Hearts on it. It's the only song I know, and I know it from the reworked version on the New Light Through Old Windows album from 1988. So looking forward to hearing that. And this too has got nice inner with the lyrics, and this is on the Magnet label, which always reminds me of Alvin Stardust and Matchbox. So that is Chris Rea and Wired to the Moon. As I say, I believe that's from 1984, just before he started having quite a bit of success. I think it was his 85 album Shamrock Diaries that really broke him through. Okay, the next one is an album I also had before, but I bought this intentionally, and this is Dire Straits On Every Street. Now I have the original of this, but the vinyl is paper thin and it's not the best quality. So if you always hear that the originals are always the best, don't believe it, because 90s vinyl is crap. So I always fancied this. Now this is on 2 albums rather than 1 album from the 90s, which meant everything was squeezed together. And this is actually not a bad album. It's better than what a lot of people think. It's just on a custom label. You do have the lyrics. There's great songs on it like Ticket to Heaven and How Long, which are like little country numbers, but I like that from Dire Straits. So yeah, I was going to buy this or order it off the internet, and then I saw it there at a really decent price, so I thought, yeah, I'll get it from the seller himself. And then another one I bought, which I didn't really need, but I really fancied it, and it's another double album, and it's Mott the Hoople, and it's the Golden Age of Rock and Roll. Now basically this is a double album of the best of the CBS years. So we're talking All the Young Dudes, Mott and the Hoople, and this is on the Madfish label. So as I say, it's a double album. Nice inner sleeve. So you got, that's the hoodball, that's Mott, and I'll show you the other album as well. It should be All the Young Dudes, but I don't know what the other side is, so if we can get this out. So there's All the Young Dudes, and then there's just various info. So it's a really good compilation album, and I'll tell you the track listing actually. So you have All the Young Dudes, Jerkus Crocus, One of the Boys, Sweet Jane and Sea Diver in side 1. Side 2, Honolulu Boogie, Rose, which was the B-side of Honolulu Boogie, Ballad of Mott the Hoodball, I Wish I Was Your Mother, gorgeous song, and All the Way from Memphis. Side 3, Hymn for the Dudes, Whiz Kid, Violence, Roll Away the Stone, and The Golden Age of Rock and Roll. On side 4, Marionettes, Crash Street Kids, Rest in Peace, and then the 2 non-album singles, Foxy Foxy and Saturday Gigs. So really good double compilation, and I just couldn't resist it, and it was a very reasonable price as well. Okay, that was all I got from the record fair, but I also got a couple of items second hand this month, and the first one I'm delighted to get was OMD Sugar Tax. Now this is the album from 1991 and it has the singles Sailing on the Seven Seas, Pandora's Box, Then You Turn Away and Call My Name. And this is not a reissue, this is actually an original with a yellow inner, and it's on the Virgin label I believe. Well, it is, but it's a custom label. I always fancied this on vinyl. Now it is a 90s album and it is quite light. I haven't played this yet. It was described as unplayed, mint, but 90s albums, I even think new ones don't even feel mint. They always sound crackly. But the price sticker of $7.99 is on this, so that was the price in 1991. I didn't pay that, I paid a bit more than that, but it was still a really decent price, so delighted to get that into my OMD collection. This one here, it was an add-on and it was only £1, and it's the Manhattan Transfer, and the album is called Coming Out. And the reason I bought this, I do have another one of their albums which I really do like, but the reason I bought this is because of the song Chanson d'Amour, which I absolutely love. So you get a really nice inner sleeve, plus it is on the Atlantic label. So again, this only came yesterday, haven't played it, but look forward to it. And then probably the best of the bunch for me is this one here, and this is actually Slade, the best of Slade. Now this is a German album from 1972. It uses the cover of Slade Alive, but it is blue. The Slade Alive is red. Now the best of Slade, it probably is the best of Slade at that time. But the reason I wanted this was because it's got some B-sides on it of the singles. So you do get Cause I Love You, Know Who You Are, which was singles. Then you get 3 B-sides in a row, Gospel According to Rasputin, Wondering Why, and the brilliant My Life Is Natural, and then Hear Me Calling. On the second side, Look What You Done, Darling Be Home Soon. And then you get the B-side Candidate before Take Me Back Home and Like a Shot From My Gun and The Shape of Things to Come. So I wonder why Wild Winds Are Blowing is not on this, but this is a really good album. As I say, it's on German Polydor, so it's just your standard red Polydor label. But yeah, I bought it just because they have the B-sides all together on one album, on one vinyl album, and it's a good addition to the collection. So that is my second-hand haul from January, plus the record fair today. The next final inbox will be all the new albums, and I have bought quite a few of them, so I think there's about 10 to show you, because I've been going a bit mad this January. I haven't been buying a lot of records in the last 4 or 5 months of last year, but I've started off this year buying a lot. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.